Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, and if you're new here, welcome and welcome to a new year. It is now 2025. And we are here to do my goals for 2025, and usually I only do book goals or reading goals, but I actually have a few different categories this year, including channel and personal goals. So if I can figure out how to do it, I will put timestamps down below. I'm not sure how to do that. I've never done it before, but it's something I would like to try and learn how to do. So if I can figure it out, I'll do that. I also had to print out my goals because I'm filming on my phone. So if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. Let's start off with the book or reading goals for 2025. So every year I set my reading goal on Goodreads for 50 books. I've done that for probably 20 years now. But next year I'm kind of thinking about upping it. This year I read 89 books, and that was with chapter books that I read to my youngest daughter, and I assume that that will continue into 2025. And so I thought I would up my reading goal for the first time ever to 75 books, and I am really trying to trim down my TBR this year, so maybe that will push me to do that. Well, you'll see how that goes. The next goal is to do with trimming down that TBR, and so I am going to be attempting to do very, very minimal book buying. I'm telling myself no buying books because I can't do regulated book buying. I always have to do one or none. So no book buying. However, I am considering doing minimal purchasing with rules. Like if I do happen to read a book that I don't own and love it, I can then possibly purchase that book because I've already read it. It's not going to be added to my TBR. So in instances like that, if I happen to get a book from the library or something, then maybe I will allow myself to buy books that I've already read. But like I said, I'm really going to try not to buy any books and dwindle down my TBR. I have over 350 books on my physical TBR, and I would really like to get it down to 175 this year. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be really cool if it did. So that's kind of like my idea of what I'm wanting to do with my TBR this year. The next couple goals are more reading type of goals, and so the first one I thought of to do is 5 5s and 25. So I would like to do 5 categories with 5 things in each of those categories. So for example, I want to read 5 nonfiction books this year. I'm not a nonfiction reader. I did read, I think, 2 or 3 last year. So I'd like to read 5 this year. The next one is to complete 5 series. I usually do this goal, and I don't usually make it, but I'm going to try again. The third one is going to be 5 authors that I would like to try. And of those, I am thinking about Abby Jimenez. I have at least 3 of her books and yet to try any of them. Sarah Adams. I have a handful or more of her books and have yet to try them. Let's see. I'm sure there's more. I had a list going, and of course it's on my phone. And so I will put a list here of the 5 authors that I have come to. Can't tell you at this very moment what they are, but they will be here on the screen. Then I have 2 more that I need to find 5 categories of things that I would like to achieve. So I have 5 nonfiction, 5 series, 5 authors. I need 2 more 5s, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet. So if you guys have any suggestions on the categories that I could put in those 2 areas, please let me know in the comments down below. And the last reading goal that I would like to achieve this year is to read the Yada Yada Prayer Group series. There is, I think, 8 books in this series, and I've had these books on my shelves for at least 15 years. I read the first 4 way back then, and I never finished the series. I really enjoyed it, and so now I, of course, have to reread. I was thinking about doing a read-along for this series, so if any one of you would be interested in that, please let me know. This is a Christian fiction series about, I think there's like one main character, but you get viewpoints from all the other characters as well, I believe. And it's about a woman who goes to a Christian conference of some sort and is put into a small group, and while they're there, some big tragedy happens to one of the women, and so the other women of the group all band together and pray ceaselessly for the situation, and then they become close, and they're local enough that they can get together every so often. And so it's just about all the things that they do together and how they keep in contact. And so I just really enjoyed this series, and like I said, there's 8 books, so it'll probably be a year-long project for me. Moving on to some channel goals. If you have been following me for a while, you'll know that I've kind of been out of the booktube community for a while, and so I would like to really jump back in. And so my first goal is to just continue doing 1 video a week. I have been doing 1 video a week for the last at least month, almost 2 months, I think. I would like to continue doing that 1 video a week. Right now I post on Fridays, and I would like to progress possibly to 2 videos a week, but for right now I'm going to stick with 1 video a week. That's working out pretty well, so I'm hoping to continue that. Another goal that I think I would like to try, and this is just something that I came up with off the cuff one day, is a virtual silent book club. And really, it'll kind of look like reading sprints, except instead of doing sprints, which are short segments, lots of times people do more than 1, this one will just be 1 longer reading session, very similar to a silent book club. We don't have a silent book club where I'm located, and so I thought it might be fun to bring it live to BookTube and do like a 20 or 30 minute chat session, an hour to hour and a half long reading session, and then again another 20 to 30 minute chat session. That way those who would like to chat before reading could do that, or those who would like to just come read and then chat could also do that. Let me know what you think about that. And the last channel goal that I would like to try to accomplish is taking part in Bookmas this year. I've never done that before, and I don't think I could do every single day up to Christmas, but I'm thinking of doing a 12 days of Bookmas and doing 12 of the days every other day up until Christmas. I think it'll be fun, and I'm going to try. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so moving on to the last category, and personal goals. I have quite a few on my list that I would like to do, and simply put, I can't do anything simply. I always have to go full force, so we'll see how this goes. My very first goal, or it's not really a goal, it's my word of the year. I've never done a word of the year like officially. I've kind of thought about them a couple times, but this year I decided that my word of 2025 is going to be intention. Ideally, I would just like to be intentional in all the things that I do. Intentional in the books that I'm picking up and reading, intentional in the books that I'm buying, but then also in my everyday life, intentional with my time, intentional with the things that I'm doing, intentional with the people that I'm being around. All of those type of things. Intentional is my word. The next couple things are just very easy things. I say easy, and now I'm like, well, they sound easy, but I would like to really pick up my Bible studying. I really let it drop off at the end of the year, and so I'd like to really make sure that I'm getting in Bible study every week at some point. And then I also just got a circle cup. It looks kind of like this, and this is 40 ounces. So I would like to drink 2 of these every day, which it hasn't been very hard for me to do. So I am finding that I am not as hungry when I'm drinking lots of water. It's probably partially the flavor, but either way, it's helpful because I'm drinking more water and I'm not eating as much. So I would definitely like to lose some weight in 2025, but I don't really have any specific goals for that part. My other goal in relation to that is to walk every day. I probably won't get to it every single day, but my goal is going to be to do it every day, and then hopefully I will do it a bit more often and way more regularly than I do now. I would also like to start up some daily exercises. I used to do daily squats and daily planks, and I was doing a monthly plan at one time where I would increase the number of squats that I did each day. And then I did the same thing with the planks, but with time increments. I'd start with like 10 seconds and then just every day add a second. And that worked really well for me. And once I build that routine, it's easier for me. So that's something that I would like to do again. And I would also like to add in some lunges and then the walking. The last two are more fun ones, but again, with the same kind of idea. There is a challenge that I found called the 40-40 challenge. It is a scripture reading and walking challenge, and I believe the challenge is to walk 40 miles in 40 days. I could be wrong on that, but it's definitely 40 days, and then you read scripture throughout it as well, like a Bible study, and then you get like, it's kind of like a marathon style challenge where you get like the medal and everything with it at the end. And I think that would be really fun and motivating. And then I would also like to relearn and play pickleball. I saw someone else put this on their goal list and I was like, that sounds like so much fun. I used to play pickleball in high school for PE and we really enjoyed it. And I know we have pickleball players in our town and courts and such. And so I think I would like to try and get involved and have some fun while also exercising. So I think that would be great. That's all I have for you today and all of my goals for 2025. I'm really trying not to be overwhelmed because I have way more than I usually do, but at the same time, I feel like these are all mostly manageable, but also a little bit challenging, which is good. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you have made any new goals for this year that you have never done before. And if not, at least please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.